Hi students, welcome in chemistry classes and we are studying about the quantum mechanics. In previous videos we have studied about the operators, commutators and several other terms. Alright, now we have to see the acceptation value or we can say it average value. We have to find out the expectation value of an operator. In quantum mechanics we take generally the average value or the expectation values of the operators, right? And there is a formula for this. It is shown in this way. Suppose this is any operator and in this way this symbol denotes the expectation value of this operator. So for this there is a formula, that is integration of psi star operator psi d tau divided by integration of psi star psi d tau. In this way, this is the formula for the expectation value, right? But if our wave function is normalized, in most of the cases the wave functions are normalized, then in that cases we know that this value, the integration of psi star d tau will be equal to 1. So for the normalized case our formula will be this one. We can write this term equal to 1. So now this is the formula that is used for the normalized case, when the wave function is normalized, okay, in that cases. And if we have a wave function in this way, if we have given a wave function that is a superposition of two wave functions, in some cases we see that the wave function is not normalized, and if we find out it does not act as the eigen function, so we cannot find out here the eigen values. In that cases these wave functions are generally the superpositions of two or more wave functions, and here I will make another video about this particular topic. Here you see in this way I am giving here in the short. So this is a superposition of two or more wave functions in this manner, right? And here the C1, C2, etc. are the coefficients. Okay, so in these cases the acceptation value is given by C1 square omega 1. This is the eigen value for this case, for this function, and C2 square omega 2. This is the eigen value for this eigen function, right? And this term denotes that we have to take only the value. We does not need to take the sign here. Okay. Now for finding out the expectation value, what things we are needed? Actually what question is asked? We have given any particular wave function and we have to find out, we have given any operator and we have to find out its average value. Suppose we have given the linear momentum operator and we have to find out its expectation value, and we have given it is find out for 1D box. In general cases we have given the operator and we have to find out the average value either for the 1D box or for the 1D SHO. These are two simplest cases that are basically asked in the question papers. So in these two cases either we have given the wave functions, or if it is not given then we should know what is the wave function. So these two wave functions you should learn. For 1D wave, for 1D box, the wave function we know is root 2 by L sine n pi x upon L. This is the wave function. Okay, remember this thing. And here the limits are from L to 0, right? And for the 1D SHO case, the wave function is given by in this way, alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4 exponent of minus alpha x square upon 2. This is for the ground state. I have given here for the ground state. I will make another video on the simple harmonic oscillator, but for here you should know that for ground state this is the wave function and you should remember this. Okay, and here the limits will be from plus infinity to minus infinity. Alright, now see our example number 1. I am trying to solve some of the problems that are very important and by which you can do every problem based on the expectation value. Okay, so first case I have taken here, that we have given the wave function for the particle in 1D box, and I have already told you that what is the this is the wave function for particle in 1D box. If we have given length a, then it will be 2 by a. If we have given the length l, then it will be 2 by l. Okay, and now we have to find out the average value of energy, right? And we know for the average value of energy, what we use? We should use the Hamiltonian operator. I have already told you that the total energy is given by Hamiltonian operator. For Hamiltonian operator, what is the formula? Formula is minus h cross square upon 2m d square upon dx square. Now we have to find out its average value of energy in this way. Okay, for this we have to make here we know that this wave function is normalized. Okay, so we will use this formula, psi x h operator psi x star dx. Now this is a function of x, so we will write here dx. Okay, in this way. Now we have to simply put here the values. For psi x, value is root 2 upon a sine n pi x upon a. Now put the value of this operator, that is minus h cross square upon 2m d square upon dx square, and then put the value of its complex conjugate. That will be same because there is no iota term, so we can write here in this way. Okay, now take these constant terms outside the bracket, and here see this root 2 by a into root 2 by a, this will be equal to 2 by a, and we can take this term outside the bracket, outside this integration term, because it is a constant, and this term, so it will be equal to minus h cross square upon 2m 2 upon a integration a to 0, and then sine n pi x upon a d square upon dx square of this term. We have to double differentiate it, so in this way. Okay, this will remain as it is. Now do its double differentiation by one differentiation. It will be equal to, for here see, when we are taking its first derivative, then it will be equal to, the differentiation of sine is cos, so it will be equal to n pi upon a cos n pi x upon a. Okay, now we have to again differentiate it, so the differentiation of cos will be equal to sine minus sine, so now minus term comes here, and again this constant come here, so it will be equal to n square pi square upon a square sine n pi x upon a, in this way. So now we can take this term here, right? So it will be equal to minus n square pi square upon a square sine n pi x upon a, in this way, right? Now take this term outside the integration, because it is a constant, so we can take this outside the bracket, and minus and minus will be equal to plus, so this will go outside in this way, right? And then take here, this is sine square n pi x upon a dx. Now I have told you one formula, that sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos theta upon 2. So we can write it in this way. If we are writing it, we can write in this way, 1 minus cos 2 n pi x upon a in this way, right? N pi x upon a by 2. This will be equal to this term, right? And we can take this term outside the bracket. We are taking it here. So now what happens? Take here. So here we can write 1 minus cos 2n pi x upon a upon 2 dx in this way, right? So when we are putting the value of h cross, that is h upon 2 pi, so what happens here? This will be equal to h square upon 2 pi whole square will be equal to 4 pi square. 4 pi square into 2m, okay, 2 upon a n square pi square upon a square and this 1 by 2. Okay, now cancel out these terms. This pi square, 2 pi square will cancel out. Okay, and here see, this will be equal to 1 dx minus, then we have to do the integration of this term, cos 2n pi upon a x, right? Here we can write it n square h square upon, this will be 8 ma cube. Okay, now see here, its integration will be equal to x. Put here limits a to 0 minus, now see here, we know its integration will be equal to, we are doing its integration, so now it will be equal to, integration of cos will be sine, so it will be sine 2n pi x upon a upon 2n pi upon a, and put here the limits a to 0. This term will go here. Okay, this term we can take outside the limits, so we can write down this term here. So we can write here n square h square upon 8 ma cube, and this will be equal to a minus 0, so it will be equal to a, right? And here will be minus a upon 2n pi, and then this term sine 2n pi x upon a, and then put here the limits a to 0. We know when we are putting the value of x is equal to a, then this a to a will cancel out and we are getting sine 2n pi, and the value of sine 2n pi will be equal to 0. When we are putting the limit 0, then it will be 0, so whole sine 0 is equal to 0. It means both the terms will be equal to 0, so this term will get 0, right? So the only thing that is remaining is this term, so we can write here, this is a and this will cancel out one of the a. So now we are getting n square h square upon 8 ma square. This is the average value of the energy in the 1D box, and I have already told you about this. I have done this in my video of the particle in 1D box. This is same, right? Similarly, you can find out other average values. Now see the second example. We have to find out the average value of the linear momentum for the 1D box, and we know that for the 1D box, what is the wave function? Psi is equal to root 2 upon L sine n pi x upon L. Okay, so now we have to put this value here. We can take either L or A, both are for the length, right? So we have to do in this manner. Firstly, write down the value of psi, that is root 2 upon A sine n pi x upon A. This is the wave function for 1D box, and then put the value for the px operator. What is the value? Value is minus iota h cross d by dx, and then we have to write down here the psi star, so that are same, both are same, so we will write here in this way. Okay, now same thing we have to do. This is A. okay, length. And now multiply these two terms, so it will be equal to 2 by a, and we can take it outside the integration and do integration here. Sine n pi x upon a, and this is the minus iota h cross. This we can take outside the bracket, so we can write it here, minus iota h cross here, okay, and then write down here. In this way, okay. Now differentiation of this term, d by dx of sine n pi x upon a. What is this? This will be equal to n pi upon a cos, and this value. So firstly do the differentiation. So it will be equal to firstly the constant term and then its differentiation. In this way, okay. Now take this term outside the integration, so it will go here. And then we have sine n pi x upon a cos n pi x upon a dx. If you have seen the formula of sine alpha cos beta, that is sine 2 theta. What is the formula for sine 2 theta? Is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. This is the formula. So if we multiply this with 2 and then divide with 2, then this becomes the formula. Now take this 2 outside the integration. So I am taking this 2 now here in this way, right? So this is the formula of sine 2 theta, and we can write here this value. This 2 to 2 will cancel out. So now we have iota h cross n pi upon a square, and then this will be equal to sine 2 theta. So we have to write sine 2 and value of theta, and pi x upon a dx, okay. This is the value. Now we have to do its integration, and integration of sine is equal to cos and divided by this constant term. It means in this way, sine and this value will be equal to minus cos 2 theta upon 2. In this way we can write here. So it will be equal to minus iota h cross n pi upon a square, and then the integration of the sin x will be equal to minus cos x. So here we have to write minus cos 2n pi x upon a divided by 2n pi upon a, in this way, right? And then here we have to add the limits. The limits are from a to 0, right? In this manner. Now we can take this outside because it is a constant term, so it will go outside. So now we have this minus and minus will become positive. So minus iota h cross n pi upon a square times a upon 2n pi, okay. Now see here the limits. The value of, if we put the upper limit a, then its value will be equal to 2n pi, a to a will cancel out in this way, cos 2n pi a upon a minus cos 2n pi into 0 upon a. This will be equal to cos 0, and this is equal to cos 2n pi, right? So see here these terms. So this will be equal to cos 2n pi, and its value is equal to 1, while this value of cos 0 is equal to 1. So 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0, right? So this whole term will become 0. It means we can write it 0. What is meant by it? It means the average value of the linear momentum will be 0 in the case of the 1D box. A particle in 1D box. In this case, the average value of the linear momentum is equal to 0, right? Similarly, you can find out another values. If you find out the average value of position operator, in the case of 1D box, I am giving you the cases of the 1D box firstly. In the 1D box, the average value of x will be equal to L by 2. Okay. If you find out the value of this px square in the case of 1D box, then it will be equal to n square h square upon 4l square. And if you are finding the average value of x square, then it will be equal to L cube upon 3 minus L square upon 2n square pi square. All of these you have to do in the similar manner as I have done here. In the same manner you can try for all of them. These two are very simple, and this can you also try. So answer will come this, or you can learn these all values, because only such type of values are asked in the exam. Okay, now see the next example. Now I am taking the examples from the 1D simple harmonic oscillator, because we should see some of the examples for this also. And firstly see the simplest example for the position operator. If we have to find out the average value of the position operator, then how we can find out it? For this, firstly see what is the formula for the wave function of the 1D SHO in the ground state. We are saying here the ground state. Okay, in most of the cases you have asked about the ground state wave function. Okay, and we know that the formula I have already told you. What is the formula for this? The formula is alpha upon pi. These formula you should mug up, okay, because these are quite important. E to power minus alpha x square upon 2. This is the formula, and you must learn this formula, right? And then we have to find out the average value. So what we have to do? Just integrate between the limits plus infinity to minus infinity, and then write down here the psi star. So firstly write down here the psi value, alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4 e to power minus alpha x square upon 2. Then we have to write here the operator, it means x. Okay, and then again psi, alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4 exponent of minus alpha x square upon 2 dx. In this way, right? Now these two will get multiply, so we are getting here alpha upon pi to power, this power will add, so we are getting 1 by 2, right? In this way, and then integration, and this power, there is no differentiation term, only we have to multiply with x. Okay, so these two will get add, their power will get add, so this will be equal to minus 2 alpha x square upon 2, so it will be equal to e to power minus alpha x square. Okay, so firstly write down this x and then e to power minus alpha x square dx. In this way, right? Now you can see here, this is an odd function, x to power 1. This is a odd function, and for the odd function I have already told you, when you have given this type of integration, its value will be equal to 0. Okay, so what it means? It means the average value of the position operator for the simple harmonic oscillator in the ground state will be equal to 0. This thing you should remember. Okay. Okay, now see the next example. Here I have taken for the px, it means linear momentum operator, and we have to find out its average value in the case of 1D SHO ground state. So similarly we have to do the same operation here. What we have to do? Integrate between the limits from plus infinity to minus infinity, and then write down here the wave function, that is alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4th e to power minus alpha x square upon 2, and then what is the value of the linear momentum operator? Minus iota h cross d by dx. In this way, right? And then again write down this wave function alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4 e to power minus alpha x square upon 2 dx. Right? Now take the constant terms outside, so minus iota h cross, and then this will get multiply, so their powers will get add, so it will be alpha upon pi to power 1 by 2 plus infinity to minus infinity e to power minus alpha x square upon 2, and now do the differentiation of this term d by dx of e to power minus alpha x square upon 2, and when we are doing its differentiation, then it will be equal to minus alpha x, because this will be equal to minus 2 alpha x divided by 2, so it will be equal to minus alpha x e to power minus alpha x square upon 2, right? In this way. Now we can take this constant term outside, so it will come here, minus and minus will be plus, and then iota h cross alpha upon pi to power half, and then limits, and then write down this x, okay, and then these powers will get add, so this will add, so it will become minus 2 alpha x square upon 2, it means this will be equal to minus alpha x square, in this way, right? Again you can see here, this is the x term, it means x to power 1, so this is again an odd function. For more details about the integration, you can watch our previous video on the integration. I have given the links in the description box. If it is odd function, then its value will be, this whole integration will be equal to 0, okay. So this term now becomes equal to 0. It means the average value of the position operator is 0 in the case of 1D SHO ground state. So this thing you should also remember, okay. This is the another thing to remember. Now see the another important example. We have to find out the average value of x square in the 1D SHO ground state. So similar thing you have to do here again. You can do such type of examples yourselves. You can skip the video and do yourself this type of examples, and then you can recheck them, okay. So for this, what we have to do? Integrate between the limits from plus infinity to minus infinity alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4th e to power minus alpha x square upon 2, then write down x square, this operator, and then alpha upon pi to power 1 by 4th e to power minus alpha x square upon 2 dx, okay. And then what we have to do again? This term will multiply and go outside, and then integrate, so this will get add, their power will get add, so we are getting e to power minus alpha x square, and this is x square. This will be the first function and this will be the second function, in this way, right? And then we have to integrate them between this limit. Now I have already told about this example. When we have given this type of integration, I have told you in my video of the integration that for this the value is equal to, in this case the value will be equal to 1 upon 2 alpha pi upon alpha to power 1 by 2, in this way, right? So we can write down it. So what will be our value now? Alpha upon pi to power half, then 1 by 2 alpha, then pi upon alpha to power half, right? Now you can see here, these two terms will cancel out, okay. So what is the remaining thing? 1 upon 2 alpha. This is the value of the x square. The average value of the x square will be 1 upon 2 alpha in the case of 1D SHO, Okay, this is the another value that you have to remember, right? Similarly, if we have asked the average value of the px square, then it will be equal to h cross square alpha upon 2. This is its value. You can do this yourselves and then can comment us. Okay, so in this way you can find out all the expectation values by yourself. Thank you.